Welcome to That Sailing Couple Podcast. I'm Tim.
I'm Lauren.
Thanks for joining us today on the Sail GP weekend in San Francisco. I had a good day yesterday. How about you?
I had a great day yesterday.
Yeah. The F50 Catamarans are the greatest show on earth right now. Honestly. I don't know if I have words that can accurately describe how awesome these boats are. They go so fast, and these guys, their expertise in handling these sailing craft is incredible. To watch six guys, working together. What is it? Is it 7 boats?
8
boats.
Mm-hmm.
Watching them on the water and just how precise their movements are, how fast and close they're sailing with each other. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
Agreed.
We intended to watch the race from the water, right? That was kind of our goal. It ended up there was another thing that came up later on that we wanted to do on Sunday today. And that was going to kind of cut our time short in the city and force us to leave really early this morning to get back across the bay here to Berkeley without fighting the tide, basically.
Mm-hmm.
We needed to leave pretty early and try and be getting back here by about this time, 10 a.m., 9 a.m., to really get back across the bay before the current started ripping out of the Golden Gate. So we changed our plans a little bit. We ended up driving over, and we found a spot, great spot to watch the race, just west of the St. Francis Yacht Club. There's a little spot called Crissy Beach. And I'd been to Crissy Field several times. I think one year we watched the fireworks for the 4th of July from there. That used to be an army fort back around the Spanish-American War. When we got there, there was a lot of just regular Saturday traffic there, which was people jogging,
Mm-hmm.
people walking and talking, sipping their coffee.
Lots of dogs.
Tons of off-leash dogs.
Very dog-friendly beach.
I think that was my favorite part.
Yeah. If you find yourself in San Francisco and want a great destination to find yourself,
yeah, Crissy
Beach is a great choice.
Great choice.
Lots of parking,
bathrooms, a lot of stuff to watch. A lot of these foil kites were launching there right after, as soon as the no-go zone for the race cleared.
Incredible view of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh man, the best.
Panoramic across the bridge, across the bay, back to the city.
Mm-hmm.
Really can't beat it.
Yeah, and then just lots of sailing to watch no matter what day you're there. You're kind of right there between Alcatraz and the Golden Gate, right across from Richardson Bay.
We were planning originally on sailing out on Friday, camping at Aquatic Cove Park.
Right.
And then scooting over to the race, anchoring in Aquatic Cove Park again on Saturday night, and coming back on Sunday morning. After calling the mission, we decided to scope out the site for where we could watch from shore on Friday night.
Yeah,
so we drove over to Crissy Field
for dinner, and then we just checked out this. I was like, hey, let's just go scout it out, and we ended up we were kind of thinking, hey, let's maybe throw the dinghy in the water. You know what I mean?
Yep, we packed up the dinghy, deflated it, hauled the engine to the Subaru, had everything ready to launch from Crissy Beach if we decided we wanted to take the dinghy out to the bring your own boat area on Saturday morning.
We decided our spot from the beach was just it was perfect.
It was so perfect.
Just right near we were probably closer than the on the water access to the windward turning mark.
Mm-hmm. Really great view of the course.
Yeah, we were kind of halfway between the windward turning mark and the finish line.
Yep.
Basically.
Had a great view of the finish line for sure.
Great view of the starts. They were coming right at us for the starts.
We had a couple friends from the city meet us and spend the day on the beach with us, so ended up being a totally fantastic, super chill day.
All in all, at first I was like, oh, we should have brought the boat. We should have done it. I was kind of regretful of the decision I made. But honestly, we had an amazing time, and I'm just really grateful that we were able to enjoy all the action, soak it all in without having to worry about
bumper boats,
being out
dragging
of
anchor.
position, being in somebody's way. Like, we're inexperienced.
We're novice.
And what we decided was that, like, we could probably do it, but it would be a lot, and it would probably put some unnecessary pressure onto us. We wanted to make it more about enjoying the day and, like, soaking it in. And I think it was the right call for us.
We've been a couple for a decade, sailing couple for a couple of months, and we want to stay a sailing couple. So.
Yeah, we know our limits. We've kind of learned we don't do the best with, like, added stress or unnecessary stress. So.
Yeah, a 2-night mission was ambitious. A 1-night mission didn't really make sense for the event at hand, and I think we made the right call.
Yeah,
we're here safe in our boat.
So the deciding factor really is that this thing we're trying to do at 1 o'clock today, we have some internet friends to the horizon. They're actually untying the dock lines.
In
And
a couple
they're
weeks
leaving.
or less.
Yeah, they're going north out of the Golden Gate up to the San Juan Islands for the summer.
Yep. We found To the Horizon on Instagram or YouTube in our standard sailing couple.
Yeah, well, we watched their
research.
Catalina videos on YouTube because we were like, oh, that's cool. Like, they cruised down to Catalina from San Francisco. Like, and we realized, like, okay, these guys are in the position that we want to find ourselves in.
Exactly.
2 years from now. So it's like, it's kind of cool to watch their preparations. We're actually Patreon members of theirs. She has an incredible newsletter with so much information.
Yep, they
actually just published a spreadsheet of, like, their whole medical kit and their ditch bag, and kind of some of the steps they've taken to prepare themselves for, like, dealing with emergencies offshore.
They're both very qualified maritime,
very thoughtful
professionals.
Yep. We don't want to miss their, like, rendezvous. We want to see them off. We didn't know how this weather was going to roll in on Sunday today. If the weather came in early or stronger than expected, it could have turned our adventure into an epic and caused us to miss this opportunity. And we have plenty of time to do some epic sailing missions.
Plenty of time
on the bay.
So we're safe and sound in our boat right now.
I'm in bed. I'm laying in bed in the
Tim's
V-berth
literally
right now.
horizontal in the V-berth. So
we
got that going for us. Nice and warm, toasty. And we got to see a submerged Nissan Altima on the boat ramp this morning.
It was a Sentra, actually.
Well, Barry's towing.
Yeah, I don't know. We walked to the bathroom this morning, and the boat ramp, there was fishermen launching, The boat ramp's 2 lanes, and one of the lanes was blocked by a submerged vehicle, so that was interesting.
That was a good time. A little bit more about the race.
Oh, man. Like, the venue was incredible. The weather was incredible. Like, I love the city of San Francisco.
It's just incredible. Yesterday was truly a special, epic day. Even our friends who have lived in San Francisco for over a decade were super stoked on the opportunity to experience such an incredible day on the water.
Yeah, those guys were like, why haven't we done this before? Like, this is awesome. We just set up a picnic blanket and had some champagne, ate some cheese and
charcuterie.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we just made a day of it, and we had a really good time. And those guys were like, man, they have sailing races down here all the time. Like, why don't we come down here more often
and enjoy the action? Because we got there early in the morning because we wanted to make sure that we had parking and that we could select a good site for viewing. So when we got there in the morning, there was very little activity on the bay. So one boat, one person, one group at a time, we watched the bay just become completely alive with boating activity. And it was really magnificent.
So we actually had really good seats for, like, the Grom races, like the Sail GP Inspire, which actually there's more teams in that. There's a Canadian team, and then there's a Swiss team, where they have pairs of kids. Yeah. So anyway, the juniors are racing these dinghies, around a smaller course, and that was actually kind of right in front of us. Like, so we had great seats for that, and then there's actually a fleet of Waszp that they're racing, kind of before the main event and and during. They had the kind of corner of the course over here, and that was super fun to watch the Waszp. I'd never really, I've seen one or two of them out like here and there, but to see the whole fleet of them like going at it, like I'd never seen that live before, and it was really cool.
It was really cool when the Groms were out, and then the little windsurfer,
The foil kites.
the foil kite.
Yeah, they actually had a foil kite race of
heading
kids
out.
too, and that was really neat.
So then when the first F50 comes out on the water after all these, other individuals are out there doing their thing in the morning, it just dwarfs the horizon line on the water.
It's like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like, if you saw one of these and you were just like looking out your window in San Francisco, like, I mean, it's like, is that motoring? No, like, it looks rocket powered.
It does look like it's literally flying, because that's what
they are
really doing.
Yeah, they are flying across the water. Like, it is insane. I mean, one of the boats hit 90 kilometers per hour, which going across the finish line.
That was the
second
Japan
race,
boat.
the Japanese boat.
Mm-hmm.
They sailed so aggressively. They won the day.
Mm-hmm.
They won one race, and they finished pretty high in all of them. I think
they'll be in the finals today.
Yeah, they scored 18 points yesterday. Australia sailed really hard yesterday. That's just a solid team.
Mm-hmm.
Solid team.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have seen like the Instagram like trash talking between like Jimmy Spithill and Tom Slingsby, the American and the Australian captains. They're both Australians, I guess, but I guess they just say that Jimmy Spithill is like, they say he's like the Iceman or something, just like super chill, super cool, like calm, cool, and collected. And then Tom Slingsby, like they're friends, right?
Yeah.
And he's like got the red mist like temper, you know what I mean? Like he's like swearing and like just really intense, And so he's like been posting shit on his Instagram, trying to like he posted some wedding photo of Jimmy Spithill in like, I don't know what you call it, not like drag, but like cabaret or something. You know what I mean? He's got like his bow tie untied. He's like a boa and shit and like a top hat or something.
That's funny.
And anyway, yeah, they're just like riling each other up, and it just seems like really lighthearted, like friendly competition, and
they're all sailors,
Yeah, man, it's just
a good time.
Totally.
So after the race yesterday, we cruised back alongside Marina Green on the way to get back to Berkeley Marina, and we saw the US F50
was sitting on the mooring right there
in
Spain as well. And then we got a little cruise by on the support boat with Jimmy rolled by and was like waving to the fans, like all the old ladies there, like, "Oh, Jimmy!" So funny, the yacht club ladies,
And then we got to get back to the marina, and we got to meet our neighbors across the way who had taken their boat out for the day.
Yeah, well, we didn't meet them. We got to hang. We got
to hang with
them.
The
first time we like actually partied with them.
Got to hang out and have some dinner and stuff.
They got an I think it's an
Bahama Islander.
It's an Islander 32 Mark II, and it's it's a cool boat. It's nice and spacious. So we had like a 6 or 7 person poker game going on down there, and
table may or may not have gotten flipped.
May or may not have become unstable. We should probably loan them our vacuum today.
Maybe some wet wipes.
We crushed a bottle of whiskey with those guys last night, and
everybody was
actually
amped.
We before that we stopped at the yacht club, Berkeley Yacht Club, for cocktails,
where we are prospective
members.
Yep, we applied within our first 30 days here. Our slip here is here at the Berkeley Marina and the Berkeley Yacht Club, the BYC.
There's there's no initiation fee for slip holders, so it's really cheap. I think it's like $70 a month or something like that.
I'm not quite sure what the rate is,
and their
but
drinks are really cheap and really stiff.
epic
And
view
we
of the
met
bay.
some really good people over there.
You're able to use the facility for business meetings or events. If you're a member, you can
Yeah,
rent
if
it
you're
out.
in the Bay Area and you're looking for a yacht club, from what we've seen so far, the BYC is pretty solid.
We're pretty stoked about it.
Yeah. It's got a great patio, 3-bridge view. I mean, it's just gorgeous property. What else you got on your list, Lauren?
That's about it. We changed our plans from the bring your own boat based on our risk assessment and other obligations that we wanted to meet. Got a great site in the city to watch the race. Had a great time.
The Groms, I can't stress that enough. Like the Sail GP Inspire, super cool. Check that out. That's what I'm gonna be doing on YouTube this week. Like I've watched all the Sail GP stuff that I can find on the internet, and I'm definitely gonna go and try and find the up and comings on this whole dinghy racing and Waszp racing.
Are you
which I think is
interested in getting involved in any of those activities?
Yeah, I mean maybe. I don't know. We got a lot going on.
I'm just curious.
Our boat's like pretty small.
Yeah,
I don't really want to sail anything smaller.
agreed. Our boat is definitely...
Yeah, we got a 26-foot Pearson Ariel with 18 foot of water line and pretty low freeboard. It's a pretty stiff boat, but like it would have been a wet ride yesterday for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And who knows what today is going to hold.
Yeah, it's supposed to be blowing 20 knots at race time today, so
Definitely.
we'll see what happens.
We're happier to be where we're going to be than at the race, but it would be really cool to see the race today for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna watch the race on YouTube. I think it starts at 2 Pacific time.
Mm-hmm. You can watch it on CBS Sports as well.
Oh, cool! Yeah, we just saw that Canada is going to have an F50 team next year. So this thing is getting bigger. I don't know how many races they have, but the next season starts in like a month and a half.
Yeah, so we can't wait to check out some more events in the future. And if you find yourself in position to be able to check out a Sail GP event, thumbs up, highly recommend.
If comes to your city, go.
Yeah.
Like, just go.
And
It's
remember, you don't have to
amazing.
pay full price for the grandstand seats. You can, of course, if you want to support the event and be a part in that way, but it is an on-the-water event, so more than likely you'll be able
Yeah,
to
go watch
scope
it.
out a site in the city and get a perfectly acceptable vantage
I mean, we were
point.
just as close as the ticketed seats, you know. It would have been a cool vibe to be in the bleachers all packed out with the yacht club
It was
ladies.
awesome to see, all the people that came out to show support and everything. But there was a lot of people on the beach as well, which was also really cool.
Yep.
Good vibe going on over there for sure. It was nice we got got a little bit of people watching in with the people that didn't know that the
my
race was going
God,
on.
dude.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was people that jump in the San Francisco Bay fully clothed on a Saturday morning in March to have a good time, but it's a thing.
It might not be a thing. It might just be their thing.
It seemed to be a thing. There was quite a lot of them that were in the bay fully clothed coming out of the water with their
Super
jeans
weird,
just
dude.
completely drenched and
Baptism.
grinning from ear to ear. So if that's your idea of a good time, like, good on you. But that water is cold.
Cold.
You did have the opportunity to rewire the whole boat this week.
Yeah, that was my project this week. I replaced some wires that were probably from 1963. I don't know. Have you ever heard of the brand Collier? The wire was stamped Collier Union Made. I don't know if this company's even in business anymore.
So you're getting a hands-on education on...
Yeah, that book I bought came in handy for sure. I learned a whole lot. Probably the most extensive wiring project that I had undertaken was like putting in like a car stereo with like an amp and a subwoofer, you know? It's not that complicated, you know what I mean? And this wasn't that complicated, right? I put in a couple negative bus bars, a fuse box, and ran wire from the switch panel to the fuse box, which is inside of one of my cockpit lockers against the bulkhead. That was tight space to be working in, and I think that was the most challenging part, was honestly coming inside the boat to the switch panel, fishing the wire through the bulkhead down to the bottom of the boat, and then just like tediously like labeling everything and making sure everything was solid.
You feeling proud of yourself?
I feel accomplished.
That's good. What's the next project?
The next project on Tern, Probably the teak. We got the 3-part Starbright system of the
Cleaner,
brightener oil, right?
Yeah.
I got us like a nice stiff nylon brush, some of those heavy duty scour pads, and we're gonna go at it, polish that stuff up.
My next project is getting some sailing experience away from Tim over the next couple of weeks.
And learning your knots, right? Lauren's been working on her line handling and knot tying.
Yep. It's important that we learn to store lines and tie knots exactly the same if we're going to be working together as a 2-person team.
No, I do. I think it's really important that everything's tied up the same way every time, and that way it's just like muscle memory and getting into habit of it. You know, it's how you expect it to be when you pick it up, you know, and then so you can untie it when the boat's rocking and dark and like, you know, no matter what's happening, like.
Yep, just fundamentals.
Yep.
So I have opportunity to take a short break away from work, so I'm going to take that opportunity, get off the mainland for a week and a half, take my practice rope with me, practice some knots on the plane, and land in Hawaii.
You might not want to do it on the plane, babe. You probably, they might think you're a terrorist or something.
If I'm tying knots on, on my practice rope?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll bring the mini cord.
All right.
I'll grab an even smaller cord. And I'm even going to get some sailing time on the water down on the Big Island, Hawaii.
Yeah, tell us about this sailing club you found, because that sounds really cool.
Yep. So I reached out to Aloha Sailing Club, which is based in Kona. And for a nominal initiation fee and 2 months up front, you can join their club as a visitor to the island. And the club is set up similar to the Cal Sailing Club with a monthly membership fee. So there's going to be a race with the Kona Sailing Club. And there's a couple of other females who own boats and are going to be able to take me out on the water. So I am so stoked, and I'm definitely looking forward to coming back here and having a little bit more confidence, experience, and on water time away from Tim.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably important for you to sail with other people besides me. I know I put a lot of pressure on you, and, you know, learning new things is hard, and, you know, I put a lot of pressure on myself, you know, and therefore I put a lot of pressure on the people around me, the people I care about. I know it's like a thing that I'm working on, so.
We got the rest of our life.
Yeah, we're figuring it out.
Learn how to sail, practice sailing, enjoy sailing. So this is going to be a lifetime journey, and we're just here at the very beginning, and we're happy to be here, and we're stoked we have our own boat.
On the San Francisco Bay.
On the San Francisco Bay. Playground of champions.
Apparently. So yeah, we're definitely rooting for Team USA today in the grand final.
Absolutely.
We're going to be watching on YouTube. I hope you guys are watching along with us.
We're not quite as amped as Jamie O'Brien, but we still had a real good day.
He's not amped. He's psyched.
We're not quite as psyched as Jamie O'Brien.
Who could be? Like, this
Who
guy
could possibly
is
be
the
as psyched
most.
as
Did
Jamie
y'all
O'Brien?
see that? Like, I don't know. So if any of you follow surfing, like, I'm not a surfer, but I just love to watch badass people do badass things. So Lenny Kai and Jamie O'Brien, who are both, you know, Hawaiian surf, Red Bull athletes, big wave surfers, you know. Jamie has a really cool YouTube channel. Like, he can see the pipeline break, like, from his back door. And he has a really cool YouTube channel where he surfs with some really cool people in some really cool spots.
And he is psyched.
He is so psyched. He's got all his merch is all like "Stay Psyched." That's the brand or whatever. So
Amped
anyway,
up, baby.
Lenny Kai and Jamie O'Brien, they got a ride on the US F50, and
last week
they fucking capsized during practice with these guys on board, and like, you know, they got their GoPros on their wrists and shit, and like they're falling all over the boat trying to switch sides and like turns at 3 G's, you know, like
Good times.
So they had good things to say, and just check out their videos. I'm sure Jamie will have a video on his channel, but they did a bunch of filming for Red Bull.
So, well, go USA.
Go USA, go Jimmy. I think we're gonna see some really aggressive sailing today. You know, I think it's kind of like crash the boat or win the money. You know what I mean? Like they want it so bad. So I would not doubt that either one of these guys would be willing to wreck a $10 million boat to win $1 million.
It's going to be an epic day out there. So we'll be checking it out after our afternoon party, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Yep. Peace out.